Here we are back with part 8 of the Golden Retriever Puppy by Lego Icons. This is set number 11384. Contains 2,100 two pieces. Retails for $139.99. And the set was provided by the Lego Group for review. Thank you, Lego. And yes, we're back with this adorable thing. But, well, he's not really much adorable. Yeah, we're still missing some stuff here. And we got holes. And yeah, and that's essentially what you see there is bags 1 through 14. And yeah, so in this installment today we're going to be finishing up this and possibly the top of the head. And I'm hoping this thing will not look so creepy now. It's just kind of looks just rather incomplete. So in this installment we're going to cover bags 15 and 16. There's 17 bags. I'm not going to try to finish this whole thing up. But 17 I think is just accessories. And I'll just bundle that with the review because I don't want to make this a very long build installment. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right on in. And I was looking at my camera, and I hope I'm not recording in the wrong format, because I was messing with some stuff. And yeah, I'll have to look and see here. I don't know yet. It says Ultra HD, which would probably be 2K, but it shouldn't. It should be in 4K video. So if it is, it is. I'm not going to reshoot that whole thing. I'm just going to go with the flow here. But it's taking the same amount of memory, so I don't know. Okay, I almost caught myself, but let's open up bag 15. I'm kind of pressed for time today, because I got to get some other stuff going, yes. Oh, my goodness, we got more little bags, so we'll be here for about 30 minutes. Anytime I get these little bags, they're not full of transparent parts. They're usually just full of little things like that. I'm going to say, though, I mean, yes, Lego really has stepped up the game with more high-resolution builds, but we don't know. Yes, I don't know why it was saying Ultra HD. It should be in 4K. I'll have to find out. I didn't mess with the camera's resolution settings, but when I was trying to get everything set up for it, I was trying to figure out exactly what I was trying to do in terms of setting up the so I can link this thing up to my own media server. But yeah, not too thrilled. But it says it can take an external hard drive, so I may one day try to see if I can do that and start going from there. So yeah, there's a little bit of noise in the background. I am processing a video right now, which is good. And that would be part 5 of this installment series. What you're seeing here is part 8. So yeah, I'm going to be cruising along here today. I'm going to try to do is get this thing done here lickety split. I don't think I'm even going to have spare time to film the videos that were messed up, so I'm going to have to do something about that, but we don't know right now. There's your teeth. Those things are nasty, huh? Alright, but so today's installment, and yeah, today is the 27th of January 2026. It is the same as the part 7, but I'm doing this one here now. I try to do them in groups. I try to film a little bit every day. I don't have any tutorials filmed, so I can't film those. I have a prototype, but I'm also working on something else. Usually when I do tutorials, I like to have a marathon. I just do a bunch of tutorials at one time. Those make me happy, and I don't want to have to keep moving this big beast around. So that's one of the things that I'm doing here. And yeah, I'm glad you guys and gals get to join me on this build adventure. But I put these in the wrong place. Whoopsie, and it's going to crumble apart. Oh yeah, but the set, like, I can't get that out. It does have a brick separator. I gotta go find one. Oh, there it is. the set does come with one of these, so if you make a mistake, that's quite alright. Now, if the set did not come with one, I would ding it down hardcore, but it does, so got to keep that with it. But so far, it's not a bad build. It's just not my taste. But today we're going to be focusing on just putting all the little bits and pieces on the build, and we're going to just stop at that because I got a bunch of other things to do. Now, I may come in tonight and do part 17 in its own installment. And I think I'm going to just try, I'm just toying around the idea, do I want to finish up this set today? It'd be, that doesn't go there. It'd be nice to finish it up today. So, I'm thinking about doing just that. Getting it done. Getting it figured out. Okay, remember, put that in there first, and then that round piece. Just so I can have some extra time to work on some tutorials. That means I could do tutorials possibly tomorrow. Well, no, tomorrow I'm going to be in town doing chores. So I don't know when I'll get to them. Right now I got a lot of ideas. I just can't get them done, unfortunately. So, yeah, I got to get those tutorials going soon. Somebody, though, was saying, you know, and I mentioned this in a few building installments ago, what's with the small tutorials? You know, why don't you do the big ones? I merely just don't have time to do them. If I did the big tutorials, you'd only see like a few a year, like in total tutorials. So, you know, just take what you get. You know, at least I'm sharing my ideas. And stuff like campers and stuff like that, they can be, but that doesn't go there. What am I thinking? Bigger tutorials like campers and stuff, they're more involved. They're going to take a lot more time than maybe a chair or a table or something like that. They're going to take a lot more time. If I have a good camper built, it takes about a week or so to film the tutorial just right. And then the whole grueling process of editing, making a building guide for it, generate a parts list. And I cannot find that round tile or whatever thingamajig is. Start sorting out by color here. That happens. So if you're like me, do this. I'm looking for one of these here to go on that side. So, yeah, start pulling things out until we find it here. Now, when you're doing stuff like this, and I mentioned this in a few other installments, if you're getting confused on a build, you feel like you're overwhelmed on parts, start sorting by however you wish to sort the parts. So like right now, I'm sorting by type and color until I find the part that I need. Now it could still be in the bags, we don't know, but it could be buried under some of these pieces. If I don't see it, now that's a part I don't have a lot of. I don't think I have any of that in tan. I can't recall, so if that's missing, doom, 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 that kind of thing, yes, I will do it. So right now we don't want to judge because we don't know. I'm going to have to check the bags. Let me make sure here that everything has been pulled out. Yes. Uh-oh. The book's not hiding it because I need that piece. What makes it so bad, though, is it's all the same color. I know I didn't put it in. Now, I may have this part. No, but there it is, so we don't need to worry about that now. Okay. Okay, so there we go. We got that in there now. Not too terribly bad. And that's what you're supposed to... Let me get this down here for you. Okay. I need to tighten up that set screw for that, for my camera's thing. All right. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at my camera, make sure the settings weren't messed up. But right now, I don't really have a lot of time to to mess with this stuff. It just says Ultra HD, which is probably 2K, but it still shows the same amount of time on the card. Maybe I just never paid attention to it. Of course, I think that's what they called it back in the day. Okay, we're on step 596 now. Somebody did ask me why don't I read off the step numbers. It gets a little redundant and I'll just forget, to be honest with you. So, or the page numbers too. I may consider that. I just got to think of an efficient way. I'm always looking to make improvements on this channel. Like right now, I just got done with that. So step 597. Let me bring this out a little bit more. Okay, I need to make it where up zooms in and down zooms out. You're supposed to be on the other side of the camera. Most people are right-handed. This makes sense if I were to put my finger on this side here. That's up, that's down. But I'm on the left-hand side of the camera. I need to get into the settings. It lets me change that. I need to change that around because, yeah, that's kind of backwards for me here. We're getting somewhere, huh? It's starting to look like something. We are doing it here. We are going to get this done today. Okay, 598. Now, somebody said I should index each step. Yeah, that would be a lot of work. And I gotta go check on a file here in a bit. So before I do this, let's finish this step up here. And yeah, I'm slowly getting things done. It's slowly getting there today. There we go. Not too bad. Hope I didn't mess up. Okay, sorry about that. Now I'm moving to step 599. I didn't check and see who the today's commenters are, but I did read some in general. A lot of you said you like this style of video, you like hearing me talk. I didn't know maybe I'm putting everybody to sleep and they need that good content. I don't know. Maybe because I don't put music in my videos, I don't scream in these. Maybe I should, but I don't do all that stuff. And two, if you've noticed, I've never done those wacky thumbnails. Like, I'm starting to see those all on YouTube. Or imagine having me sitting right here at the bottom left corner talking. I need to get that extra camera. But right now I got to worry about a bunch of other things first before I can even think about that. Like memory cards. But I think I'm going to try doing something a little differently. I'm going to see if I can get that Wi-Fi module for this camera. And I think that's how it's supposed to go with 3 studs there. Okay. Sometimes I'll skip a step. Now we're at 602. See, I kind of forget what I'm supposed to read here. I just don't want to make these videos kind of redundant. Like now we're at step 603. We need 3 of these things here. We have all the big stuff sorted. I just don't have the little stuff sorted, so it's still going to take some time. But I'm going through this a little quicker now because this is like a mirror. I already know what to expect through here. And then now 604, we got to add more fur. Just tell me if you like the step numbers or not. Maybe that might help. And one person said it might be a help. So if you like me listen to steps, that'd be fine. I'll try to see if I can do them. That's if I can remember. And then we need this, not the other one, but you need that one there to go here. because we got the lovely check mark things again. All right. All right, so I forgot to put this piece here. And honestly, this also makes good rock terrain. If you get those in different types of gray, or even this would even be good for a beach, like for a sand dune or something. So yeah, I think that's it. We are ready to install this on the puppy. All right, and this thing is getting heavy. Just like the real deal, they get heavy after a while and they poop all over the place. All right. All right. Right there. I'm just going to do it very gently. I'm not going to force it. Or, oh, you're so cute, and just squeeze its head in. There we go. Don't do that to a real puppy, though. All right, we're getting somewhere. Look at that. That's not too bad. A face that only a mother could love. All right. Let's see. Now, do we have to do anything else here? Do we have to bring the camera back down? Well, down we go. Let me move the puppy out of the way here. This thing is just getting to be a very big, heavy, brick-built animal. Because now we're going to have to do the other part for the ears to attach, I think. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, each bag on this one, it depends on the amount of small parts. Now, somebody mentioned, Jerry, if you get that big Bulbasaur or the trio set, are you going to do those? That big Bulbasaur set with the Blastoids, Charizard. Yeah, if that's 6,800 pieces, this is only 2,100. So that's going to be about 3.5 times this size. So if I do get that set here, all right, they haven't sent it yet. They've sent it to all the other people that are not into Lego, which is weird. Yeah, so not too bad at all. Because we were supposed to be talking about those sets today. And they said, if you get them, you can talk about them now. Well, I don't have them, but I can talk about them. And just by first impressions of that set, of those sets, more or less, and I'm just going to be honest, they look like what we're building here. That's what they look like to me. It just looks more or less just an animal figure. I don't know what the, and this is the thing. I do the first impressions, what I see on the box. Some people get mad at me. First impressions, they look cool, right? They look cool. I don't know how the build's going to be. I don't know what's involved because I don't have the set in front of me. I don't know what the build quality is like. I can't answer those. Jay, what do you think about those sets? All I can say is they look cool, but I don't know after that because I don't have them physically here. That's why sometimes some YouTubers, they do first impressions. They'll do their impressions on a set. They'll look at the art that Lego presents to them. And I was thinking more or less of doing something like that. But sometimes like that, I would have to have my face in the video. No, I don't like having my face in the video because people point out my disability more than anything else. But sometimes it's just fun to see my expressions like, what were they thinking making this? Like, that's a little hideous, that kind of thing. So, okay. And we're getting close, folks. We're getting there. And I think the last score we were talking about, I think so far the set's still at a 9. And even if it's something I'm not interested in totally, I'm not going to fail the set. I'm experiencing some stuff crumbling apart. The instructions are more or less easy to follow for their appropriate age range. So it's not like this is something bad. We just have to take our time here. Okay, so it's like I was mentioning. You could be 12 years old putting this together, as long as you take your time. Just pretend like this is 1,000 poly bags. All right. I know poly bags have about 50 pieces. 4,000. Or make sure it's like 400 poly bags or something like that. And yeah, and that's pretty much what we have there. Now we got to put them on the puppy nail again. And so far though, would a turntable help building this? Well, where's my camera at? Oh, there we are. A turntable would probably be best on something like this. There we go. Oh, my hands are not in the way. I'm just mushing it. One way to do is to make sure it's all sucked in. And yeah, we're missing a bunch of stuff here. Let's make sure that we're not... Okay, we're going to have to build off-site again, it looks like. All right. And yeah, so far, we still got some holes here. We're missing things. We're not done yet. We are getting somewhere, though. But moving that big monsters thing around is getting kind of annoying. Okay, now I think we're moving on to the back part of the skull here. I will have an index according to what we're working on. I will try my best. The first installment was just basically the skeleton. There wasn't really a whole lot to it. Yeah, I'm in one of my music moods today. I want to get done with this and listen to some tunes while I'm editing videos. Somebody wanted to also know what's my regimen for doing filming these type of sets. Like big sets. Pretty much what you see here. I don't script. I mean, I don't script. I don't rehearse. I don't just say, hey, I'm going to write up a script. The only script I have is the box, literally what it says. And I do a lot of stuff ad-libbed and impromptu. There's some people who don't do it because it's got to be very well-rounded. Here I want to kind of keep these like we're just hanging out together and that kind of thing. That's why I haven't really focused on doing the scripting. Some people do it because they feel it, they can't come up with content. And yeah, sometimes after I'm done filming these, I'm like, I should have said this, I should have done that. I could script them, but that would not be fair to you, because then I don't want to make these like I'm rehearsing some lines. Yeah, each bag's about 30 minutes. This one here is about 25. There we go. Just a fancy plate. That's what we have remaining there for bag 15. And then back up the camera it goes. We got to put this on the back of its skull here. Oh yeah, that's not a good view, huh? Got a little self of a rear end there. Ooh, I don't want to be breaking camera parts off. Okay, so this part here goes at the top. Making sure my hands are not in the way. I'm just gonna... Okay, don't press on the eyes. Press right above, right in between its eyes and the nose. Now I'm having a problem. This is not going in. How do we do that? Wiggle and jiggle, folks. Wiggle and jiggle. Wiggle it in. Just wiggle it in. That's how you do it. Just wiggle it. I've got comments. Jay, I can't get a part in. Wiggle it. Wiggle. It's like what I'm doing here. I'm holding it like this. And just kind of tapping it in there. Now I can do that. And there we go. And yeah, well, it's starting to look like a puppy now, but we got a little bit of a problem here, I mean, what if it's raining right now? His head's, there's nothing up here. It's just a bare skull. I think the next bag will fix that. Okay, now we're going to be focusing on bag 16 for this installment, and that's pretty much where we're going to wrap up today. Put that there for the camera to focus in on it. And while I'm here, I want to thank everyone for taking the time to subscribe, like, comment, voice your opinions on a set. Even the constructive ones, you know, it's always a big help. As long as you're engaged with the video, that's all that matters if you enjoy this stuff. And thank you to my Patreon supporters as well as my main channel memberships. Yeah, I'm doing everything a little out of whack today. So I always appreciate your contributions, and from my regrettable customers. Even if you're downloading the free building guides, everything helps, right? It's a good way to preserve those ideas. And yeah, we got a lot of small stuff, and I got to get this done here in 33 minutes. Should be just enough, because usually that's how long each bag takes, unless I'm not paying attention. Alright. Okay. Now, let's get situated here. Oh yeah, I'm not cooperating today, huh? Okay, well, let's get going here. Hey, at least I keep these real, folks. I mean, the only thing planned on these is what we're working on. This is the only thing that's planned. All right, nothing else is planned. A lot of the big boys, they plan. I've been getting the comments, Jay, you're the only one that does this stuff differently. Yeah, I mean, how many people are going to sit here, talk stories about their life and stuff, and humiliate themselves while doing this? Most are just interested in this, and then they're done. And wow, Mom, look, this guy built this set in 30 seconds. If I mashed all these together, yeah, I could do a speed build on them. But speed builds are for little kids. This is not a little kids channel here. This is for big boy Lego builders. We're going to take our time, and we're going to absorb. Got hinge pieces. I'm going to start sorting things now. I found that out to be a little faster. Oh, I thought those were 1x5s, but they are not, sadly. Right now I'm looking for some 2x2s. So what I'm going to do right now is start sorting things out here. And my little workbench that I have until I find what I need. Okay, now I found what I need. Now, that's one way of sorting your set while you're building. Is sort as you go. I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's quite all right. I do it all the time. Now I got to make 4 of these, which means I need 8 of these little studs. Yeah, I call him my optometrist. I hope they don't say, we can get you in today. I hope not. I hope they don't get me in tomorrow, because I got other things I got to get done. Next week would be perfect. But if they can only get me in, let's say, on a day that I just don't want to go, or I could wait until I go into town. I still got, guys and gals, I have probably a week and a half left before I'm off. And then I got to do a bunch of meetings. I got to sign things off for taxes for my business. I got to go through all that. Yeah, I'm going to have a really fun time. I'm always busy. I don't get when I get at least 10 minutes, I'm like, right now everybody's taking naps right now. I'm living the life here. And yeah, this is more or less, if I was retired, I would be doing a lot more of this here, but I'm not retired. I can't do that. So we were talking in our group about retirement. What would I be doing? Would I be doing this stuff? Yeah, I'd be doing a lot more of it. I would be doing more of the hardcore builds like I used to. But now with everything's so uncertain these days in terms of drama going on in the world, who knows? Who knows? There we go. Make sure that laser, I was looking on the thing and I don't see it pointing there, but it is. Okay. time I start a new bag, it's like, oh, okay, I feel like I'm making good progress. No, when you start seeing all these little pieces, yeah, it doesn't look all that. So maybe this is the brains we're putting in here. We don't know what this is. You know who I think of that doesn't have brains? If you've ever watched Garfield with Odie and Garfield, and time I think of Odie from Garfield, I always think of oh, he doesn't have brains in his head. You remember that show? If anybody watched it, probably from the 80s and 90s, Garfield and Friends. I wasn't care much for the Friends parts with the what was it, Orson's Farm, but when it came to Garfield episodes, those weren't too bad. And I remember you used to watch that on Saturday mornings, along with other cartoons like Wheeled Warriors, The Littles, The Smurfs, Transformers, and everybody's favorite, I know some of you know, is the Ninja Turtles. Boy, the 80s and 90s were fun. I wonder how kids react today if there was actually Saturday morning cartoons. No, they can just get their content from YouTube now. They say that YouTube killed off Saturday morning cartoons. That's kind of incorrect. Our government out here killed it off. You got to have more educational content, right? Well, just like with adults, we only can work for so long before we go nuts, you know. And yeah, and I used to hear on when they used to say that a lot of kids are watching these violent cartoons, are going to turn out to have problems. You know, not all of us were like that. You know, people like myself, I went to college, went to grad school, finished up, got a degree, got a good career, run a business, own a business. You know, life is good, right? Just have to work. There we are. I found one eventually. We were going to find it. And I didn't turn out bad. But, I mean, do we need educational television? Yes, that's what PBS was for. And that's really, I'm surprised that's still even around now. I thought they were going to ban that. So Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch have been saved. And yes, I remember watching Sesame Street when I was a kid. And I remember watching it, and they would teach us new words from different languages, like Spanish or French, you know, and it was just kind of cool. You know, you learn different languages and stuff. Wait, I don't want to do anything stupid. Let me make sure here. Okay, I almost deprived you, almost skipped a step. There's so many of these arches, you're going to have to keep track of them. Like, literally. You're going to have to piece arches all over the place here. Just so much. And it's all tan. This bag here is boring, more or less. At least it's not white, but it may as well be. It's not white, but it may as well be white parts, so that doesn't want to go in there. But it goes right there. Okay, you know what? Let's start with this back piece here first. That's a lot better. So start with the back ones first and work your way to the front. Alright, and then after that's done, we have to do more stuff here. But old Sesame Street, though, there's a lot of good value with those goofy shows. Counting's always important. Math, they teach you the basics in Sesame Street, like reading, writing, and arithmetic. You know, you got to make learning fun. You really do. It's like you go to high school, learning starts getting less fun, and in college it's boring. Grad school is just research. So it's not really exciting unless you're really into the discipline. Like I was into computer programming, so mine was mostly on database security and protocols. That was exciting to me. To most people that'd be boring, but to me it wasn't too bad. Okay, that's supposed to be suspended up in the air. Oh, Lego. I need these button reverse. Oh no, but there's one here. Oh no, here's one. Okay, I got 2 more if I need them for a project. Alright. But reading is fundamental. You got to know it. You got to know your basic math or arithmetic. People think math is hard. It depends on what math you're talking about. When it comes to money, though, everybody knows their math. It's like my nephew. He doesn't do very. He doesn't. Math doesn't excite him all that much. He doesn't like it. He didn't do too well with it in school. But when it comes to money, he sure knows his math. I'm like, well, yeah, of course. Anytime it comes with dollar signs, yeah, you want to make sure that number's as exact as you can get it. That's how everybody learns. It's like, you know, they need, if they're going to teach math, teach it with money, because they're related. All right, well, let me stick that in there. I'm supposed to find the parts for the other side right now, but I've already got them here. Let's just do this. Hope I'm not confusing everybody here with this back part. And I got to get up and check a video here, make sure everything's going well, but I don't want to just leave this half-baked for you. I want to give you a full-baked cake here, not half-baked. We don't do that here. Okay, and this right here I'm working on is step 650. And yeah, I think so far that's what we've done. Well, we're not done yet with that. Okay, we're back to this now. Everything's going good. I didn't have anything crash or have a meltdown, but I have 21 minutes left on this card. Yeah, and we got to get going on some stuff here. When you're working with one color, now what if this was green or blue? It would get boring because you're working with the same repetitive color. Yeah, and this goes here. Alright. That's the hole where the brains got sucked out. So now you wonder why your dog, he or she doesn't... oh no, we got it capped off. So we saved it from the aliens from going and sucking the brains out. I was getting worried there. Okay, it's got to look like that. We got to keep the rain from falling into the brain, huh? Maybe this could be Odie. You know, it's somebody, I don't know why, you know what would be a fun thing, but a lot of kids won't relate to it today, would be Garfield. Imagine this being Garfield and Odie would be cool. I mean, a lot of kids don't even know who that is. They were showing a video on YouTube where kids react to old technology, and it's like, some of them really have never even played a PSP, let alone an old-fashioned Game Boy before. And I thought, oh man, am I that old or something? I'm looking for the slopes that go here. We're getting there eventually. I'm just trying to sort parts out right now. I gotta find out what we're having for dinner. Yeah, my last night, my mom was making us dinner. We had these frozen lasagna dinners, and she only put them in there for about 10 minutes. I bit into mine, it was still frozen. I thought, did you? Oh, I thought it said that. I said, no, it says you got to put it in there for 50 minutes at 375. And she kind of got mad at me about it. And I said, oh, this is like frozen. This was like icicles, and you know. And I'm like, oh, I hope she don't. I try not to make her mad or anything like that, but it's like, ugh, that was not really tasty. I had to put mine back in there and wait another 40 minutes, but I survived. Okay, now we got to put domes and plates now. Or bowls and plates. Yeah, it's a lot Oh, thank goodness she didn't roll down. I don't want to get up. There's a lot of little parts with this. I mean, we're literally just putting 1x1s and 1x2s together. Lego's new go-to now. In the old days, he used to have a lot of big parts. He didn't have really a lot of small pieces. Until you went down to the bottom of the Lego bin and they were there, because everybody dumped their Lego parts in one big giant tote. You know, that's how we did it. Now we're more professional now. Now we do all that. Now we got to install this on top of the puppy. But now I think what I'm going to have to do now, I think I'm going to have to start a... I'm hoping I'm going to have to raise this thing up. Now it's keyed, so I'm assuming that the green goes on one or the back side. Doesn't show it. Yeah, it doesn't show it at all. I'm only assuming that it goes... Okay, yeah, it does. So the green goes in the back. It's keyed. So just line it up with the green things in here. It should just fit right in there. But, okay, there it goes. I'm just going to fit it in loose. It fits in there. It's like keyed. How am I going to hold this down here? Let's see here. Maybe if I put my hands there, but this is a skin. I got to be careful. Or maybe if I hold it like this and squeeze, just tap it in there. Just do it very slow. You don't want to go too fast. You don't want to have something catastrophically break. Yeah, it might be better if you do this all on a turntable. Oh. That's the top there. We got a couple of holes. I mean, the rain's going to fall in. That's how his brains are leaking out, huh? I don't know if we're done with that or not yet. Let me make sure. Okay, we're not done. We need to bring him back. Okay, so... And now it looks like we're using the 4 caps, which are these. And we're going to stick these right here. Don't press on it too hard, Jay. Don't want to break it. Oh, we got to be careful. Almost put that in the wrong way. Yeah, it fills it up nicely, huh? We're getting somewhere. We got these holes in its head, though. It's not pretty to look at yet. All right. No, I'm doing it again. Okay, I'm sorry my hands are in the way. Sometimes I have to see what I'm doing, folks. You know, I got to put it together, too. You're going to have to really push these down, so just hold on to it any way that feels comfortable to you. And they should suck down just like that. Okay, now we're going to start focusing on this side here. And I think we're putting pieces in these little holes here. So let's kind of put that together. I'm going to try to do this up here as much as I can. I'm trying to get the laser. It's hitting right there. You can see it right there. You can't see it. Okay, I'm putting that on the wrong way. It's supposed to be like that. You know what? There's a mirror of this, I guarantee you. So I think what I'm going to do is that so far. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to be inclined to just mirror this real quick because it's the same thing on the other side. I'm going to take a guess. And let me move all these out of the way down here. Okay. I'm going to go back to this one. You don't have to do this if you don't feel comfortable with doing what I just did here. I'm doing this for brevitivity of the the video. Okay. So if I mess up, or like I said, that's why I don't consider these as product reviews or tutorials, because I can't. Oh yeah, this one's got a bunch of stuff going on here. We're doing this twice. Let's just get it done here real quick. And I need another wedge plate. Okay, and an angular tile. Alright, back to this one. Jay, you're confusing all of us. I'm sorry, I have to. I gotta confuse you. Okay, this one goes down here. The slope is going to fit inside. I'm looking for the other one right now. That's the one I'm looking for there. All right, and then after that, it's getting hot in this room, by the way. Okay, and then we're looking for, let's do this one while we're here, right there. You know what sounds good right now? A hamburger. A, I can fire up the barbecue, or B, go down to the greasy burger shop and go get one. Don't know yet. So now you got to have these. Okay. Okay, well, we survived that. Which one did I just do? Okay, we did this one. This one goes right here. And it okay, this snaps right in here. Okay, and I think we're going to swing that in. Oh, that looks a lot better. Okay, yeah, they've got to fill in the holes. The same thing here, so I'm just going to take this and slide it in like that. And just hold my breath and hope nothing breaks. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking pretty good, huh? It looks pretty good. I mean, it's got a nice texture, but some parts of this are kind of rough, but it is what it is. Let's make sure here we're doing this right. I got this stupid white hair hanging in my face. Alright, so yeah, these are facing right. We do this one, we just did this one. That's what it looks like there. And yeah, that's it for that. And yeah. Okay. I have 11 minutes left. I'm hoping to breeze through this real quick. Because now we're going to be doing ears. And it doesn't look like a lot. The book's going to want to fall down everywhere. So let's start getting going on this. I only have 11 minutes left. Let's see if we can do it. There's 2 ears, obviously. So we're going to see if we can do this. I got to start sorting things out because I'm trying to find plain old 1x1 bricks. It's all 1x1s and 1x2s, folks. If you're looking for something with very big parts, this one really, it has some, but not a whole lot. Yeah. I mean, we're literally just piecing this thing together. Okay, so what I'm doing here is this one here is going to be from the book that I'm working on now. And this one here is going to be its reflection. And I cannot find my hinges. Okay. We'll mash those down there. If I have to bleed over to another memory card, then so be it. I need to put both memory cards in this camera so I can flip over instantly. Okay, I need some inverted slopes here. There's a lot of parts going on with these ears. Let me put these here. I'm looking for the inverted ones right now. Alright, and then these plates go in the back like that. I just don't want to have to bleed over on another card. Alright. I'm trying to get my bearings in order here. It's too much tan. Just kind of trying to race the clock here without making mistakes. It's going to be hard. I put the hinge on the top. That's why I'm leaving them bent. Alright, there's the other hinge. Alright, so now we got our ears here. Well, kind of. They fit in the ball joints. We can't forget those. And yeah. Like I said, I can't guarantee my hands are not going to be in the way on these. You know, like I said, some want a full-fledged tutorial on these. And I'm like, you could just download the book and build it yourself. You know, I can't, you know. I mean, I'm sure somebody had all the parts. They could piece this together from their own collection. I have a feeling that I'm going to have to bleed over to another card. It happens sometimes when I open up a set. I have no clue, you know. And when I open up a set, sometimes I'm opening up what I call a can of worms. Like, you don't know. When I see something in a small box that has 2,100 pieces, yeah, it's mostly just powder at that point. And I'm talking about powder, we're talking about little pieces like this. And right now we're slowly getting our ears on here. He can't hear us yet, so we can knock this puppy down, but that's not fun. We don't want to do that. He doesn't have his ears. In fact, they should have gave this dog a pierced ear. Would have looked cool. Or no, they should have just cropped his ears. Like some people do, they'll crop the dog's ears and tail off, make them into fighting dogs, which is never cool. Oh, whoa, 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 we're not supposed to put those on there. My bad, I was not thinking. All right, let me take those off. At least they're just 1x1 plates. We're supposed to put the round tiles in here. We don't have a lot left yet. Now, some have mentioned, why don't I just do voiceovers on these? I could, and then talk about more stuff, but I don't want to spend all my time editing. I got a bunch of inverted slopes. These are the ones I don't need right now. And put that there like that. What is this, Dumbo with his big ears? Remember, what was that elephant's name, Dumbo? Okay, we got inverted pieces. All I got are inverted ones. Okay. And then after that, we lock them in with this. We don't have a lot of parts left, but it's still a... These are just very kind of... I'm just stacking plates. And then after that, we stick these down here. No, we can't. We got to put plates on them first. At least that's probably one of the biggest pieces we've seen in this set so far today. Okay. And then after that, we put these down here. Like that. Okay. And then after that, slide those off to the side. Now we're going to have to do some. But this, I'm lucky, I could just build 2 of these. They can be just whatever. I got 6 minutes. Uh-oh. I better race. Hope I don't mess up. Yeah, and it's also hard to, when you're doing videos like this, can I fit everything in a memory card, you know? I got to see if this camera has a higher limit. I'd like to maybe get a terabyte memory card. That's why I wanted to see if I can record using a hard drive. Yeah, I can see where those are going now. And these go right in here. And be careful, this could split apart. And yeah, we don't have a lot of parts remaining, huh? And that's it. And that's what we have there. But these are just kind of flimsy. You think Lego would make a smaller hinge, but that's just kind of floating at the bottom. And yeah, we got to make another ear. We already did that. So right now we're going to focus on this ear, and this is what we have remaining here for bag 16. Okay. I got 4 minutes. I think I can do it. All right. That goes in that hole. Let's make sure I'm doing the right one. I don't want to have to take that off. And there we go. It snaps right on in. So there's the ears. They don't really move all that much. So I think it's just better to leave them alone. Or just, I guess they're just meant to just snap in there. And this one goes in here. Don't press on the other ear. I almost did that, and I don't want to have something break. All right, and there you go. Yeah, we got something done, folks. We got the ears on now. Hello there, Mr. Puppy, and this I'd say is pretty much 1-to-1. And then we build that. We're done with that, and that's essentially what we have there. And yeah, I think we're going to conclude with this for the day. I may come back in this evening and do part 17 in the review. The review on this is going to be easy, more or less. You know, not too bad. And I think we barely just cut this one down here to the point of, you know, I barely made the clock on this one here. But there's our puppy so far. And it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's a display piece. I'm not happy how wiggly this is. I feel like this is going to break. No? Is it going to break? Really? Okay, well, I'll take your word for it. I mean, you're the one that's going to have to go without a head if it falls off. So, but yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. Summation of thoughts. And honestly, it's keeping my interest. We're getting to the home stretch here. And in the next installment, we got to put the tail at the back. We haven't done that yet. And we haven't put the bottom jaw with the tongue. But I think it looks good just without all that. But we still got a long ways to go on this one. Probably another maybe 40 minutes or so. But I'm pretty pleased with the outcome of this. Yes, it looks kind of brick built and stuff. People are expecting these to be fluffy. This is by all means not going to be a fluffy build. Any means. But it looks good the way it is. It really does. And so far, yeah, we got to be careful. That thing is really wiggly. But all in all, though, it's good just as a shelf queen, but we're not done yet. And so now I got to take everything off this camera, back it up, and preserve it. You never know what will happen. But tell me what you think so far.